expert care from people who care.
Hey everyone! Today we are here at the Outreach Teen and Family Services office with Kate and Grace.
Today's episode's theme is spreading gratitude and joy this holiday season, and we have a very special guest with us, Lily Simons. Lily is a junior at Upper St. Clair High School, where she participates in the musicals, choir, unified bocce, best buddies, and varsity golf. She's a twin sister named Ellie, and she loves to get sweet treats in her free time. She is the events coordinator of the Outreach College crew and acts as a junior board member.
So starting off with some fast five questions, do you prefer Halloween or Thanksgiving?
I'm a Halloween girl. I love dressing up. I love candy.
What about you, Grace?
Me too. Halloween all the way. Thanksgiving is like, you can get a little boring. It's kind of just like
boring.
you eat and that's it.
See, I would say Thanksgiving because the food's my favorite part.
Mm.
Yeah. I have a slightly different answer for that, but
I know.
yeah.
Lily, would you rather be a world-class spy or a supermodel?
Probably a world-class spy because supermodels are under so much stress.
I'd rather be a supermodel because I feel like I'm not ready to take on the risk of being a world-class spy, and also I feel like I'd be I don't know, I just think it would be fun to be a supermodel.
Me too. I feel like a supermodel will just be so exciting, and imagine just walking and you're oh, that's my face.
Yeah, when you're in Times Square and you just look up and it's just your face.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah,
that'd be so fun.
Would you rather wear ugly matching sweaters for the entire month of December or not be able to put up any Christmas decorations at all?
Probably no Christmas decorations.
Oh, Lily celebrates Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So
I'm Jewish.
Let's amend that. Would you rather wear ugly matching sweaters for the entire month of December or not put up any Hanukkah decorations?
No Hanukkah decorations. I just I don't know. I don't like decorations that much.
I'm with you. I'd rather not put up any Christmas decorations. I really like them. I just hate having to take them down.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd make it a little bit easier for me in January. What about you, Kate?
I feel like I don't have it in me to wear ugly matching sweaters for the entire month.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sacrifice the decorations.
Okay, Lily.
Okay.
Bagels or donuts?
Oh God. Bagels, probably because you can have them at every time of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And donuts, they're kind of like a sweet treat. You can't have them I don't know, you just feel like you can't eat them all day.
I mean, you could.
Oh my God, completely you could, but every day.
I kind of agree. I think there's more variety in bagels, and you can make them sweet, you can make them savory,
like French toast. But then there's also everything.
Exactly. I feel like donuts. I love sweet things, but I'd get sick of it at some point because they're all sweet. What about you, Kate?
Definitely bagels because thinking about just bagel sandwiches.
Oh
my gosh! I don't know if you guys have ever been to Carnegie Coffee Company, but their bagel sandwiches are so good. Mm-hmm. It's called something. It's I don't know what it's called. I can't remember, but it's really really good. And I get it every time I go. Okay, last question. Would you rather only have dessert on holidays or never have dessert on holidays?
I'd rather never have dessert on holidays. I need my sweet treat daily, and I'm willing to holidays. There's only so many holidays a year, so it's 10 max days you don't get it of 365.
But what are we counting as a holiday? Are we saying President's Day is a holiday and you can't have dessert?
Put it together, it's still 10.
No, it might be 25. But still, I don't I need my dessert on the hard days.
Same. The sweet treat gets me.
Yeah.
Yes.
We would like to take a moment to express our gratitude to St. Clair Health. They've been our steadfast annual sponsor, supporting our podcast for 4 consecutive years now.
At St. Clair Health, we're always improving, building on our commitment to face the challenges of today, making an impact on the communities we serve, so we can be stronger together. St. Clair Health, expert care from people who care.
Okay, Lily, since we're talking about gratefulness, let's start with what's one thing that you're grateful for today?
I'm really grateful for my sister. she just keeps me going. She's just like, I don't know. I'm a twin, so like I get to grow up with my best friend like right by my side and do everything like and have someone to support me everywhere I go.
Are you guys super close?
We are really close. Like we had the option to like get different rooms, and we still share the same bedroom because like we can't like picture like not living in like
Okay,
the
I
same
could
room
never
together.
do that.
Yeah, I don't know. We're super duper close.
Oh, that's so sweet. I feel like people don't. All the people I know at my school, I feel like don't like their twins.
We're in the same friend group. Like we like.
No, I have.
Yeah.
I know a set of twins who is and like. Well, I feel like my grade has a lot of twins.
So does my grade.
So does my grade. Yeah.
We have like.
I feel like mine's got more.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anyway,
we'll
I
fight
feel
about
like
that later.
we have at least like around like 10 in my grade.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
my
15
favorite
pairs.
was the class that just graduated from my school. There were 2 pairs of twins, both with the last name Levine. So funny.
So did people think they were like quadruplets?
Quadruplets
Like-
or like changed like the siblings.
Yeah,
like,
like they get the wrong
The
one.
like
names.
you think like the one twin was
with
the
the other
Yeah.
twin, but like
twin?
yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
funny. And I think when you put them in alphabetical order, it, like split up the twin pairs, like when you
Yeah.
went by first name.
Oh, that makes sense. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Kate, what are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for everyone in this room.
Aww.
I'm feeling like it's super fun to sit down and record another Teen Step In episode. What about you, Grace?
I'm super grateful for like all the opportunities I have at school, and that I go to such like a privileged school where I just have like the opportunity to be a part of so many like just really impactful organizations where I feel like I'm actually doing something with my free time.
I love that.
That's what I'm grateful for.
I agree with that. Okay, moving on to the second question. What does gratitude mean to you?
To me, gratitude is like almost like a thankfulness, but like more meaningful almost. Like you can dig deep, like someone or something that really does mean something that's affected your life, just like in a positive way and made your life and made you who you are today.
I totally agree. I kind of think of it as like a forever thankfulness, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like if I got a cute little water bottle, I'd be like, oh, thanks, and like I'd be thankful for it. But in a year, like, sure, it'd still be nice to have, but I wouldn't really be like grateful. And I feel like it's just like grateful is like a whole nother level of it.
I feel like it's like kind of like a reflection almost. Like you can't just like you have to like you can be thankful for like something small, like you said, like a water bottle or like someone gets you a present, but like to be grateful, I think you really have to think about like what it means to you.
Yeah, and I feel like gratefulness, like I usually associate it with like less tangible things.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
things like people, or like what I was talking about with like organizations, or like where you are or who you are.
Like experiences.
Yes. Okay, Lily, you kind of already answered this, but what is one person you're happy to have in your life and why? Besides your
Besides my
twin?
sister, I'll say Grace, because she's
Thanks,
my best
Lily.
friend, so we do it a lot together.
Stop,
That's
I'm gonna
so
cry.
sweet. So
Yeah, I appreciate Grace. I don't want to get sappy because then Grace will cry.
Too. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I go to college.
I don't know either. We're gonna work on that when we get there.
You know what? We'll figure that out.
Long distance friendship.
That's gonna be rough. I'm very happy to have Lily in my life.
Oh,
What about you, Kate?
I would definitely say my mom. My mom. I feel like I've mentioned this in previous
Yes.
podcast episodes, but I would definitely say she's like my biggest like rock, my like biggest supporter, and like I genuinely don't know what I would do without her. Like she keeps me going. So yes. Shout out to my mom.
I love that. It's like you guys have such a wholesome relationship, and I love that.
I
Like,
think it's part of like being an only child.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I grew up pretty close to my parents, but I think it's like something like I don't know. It's just like my mom and I are like best friends. So
well,
so
I feel like a lot
precious.
of times people end up like best friends with their siblings, like
Mhm.
Lily and Ellie,
Yeah.
and like you don't really have the siblings, so like you get to be best friends with your
Yeah.
mom.
I feel like with only children, it's like I feel like the kids either like love their parents or like best friends, or they like hate their parents because then it's like
Mhm.
the parents have like they throw all the attention on. It's either one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next question, Lily. What is one compliment that you are grateful to have received this year?
Probably I got like a whole paragraph and it was telling me how I was so smart, intelligent, funny, kind, and like just telling me like how worthy I am of like everything I've gotten in life.
That's so sweet.
So, like,
where'd you get this paragraph?
Yes, it was. I
was gonna say,
long distance.
Where can I get one of these?
Let me get one.
Yeah, I don't know. That was definitely really
so
meaningful because I had a rough day, and just getting a whole paragraph about how like my intelligence, my funny, and not just like my looks was like really like something I definitely like really like appreciated. Snaps
Shout
to
out
him.
Liam, you're a king.
Love you, Liam.
Keep it up.
And then going off of that question, so are there certain compliments you value more than others? I think you kind of mentioned this a little bit.
I definitely value more compliments that are based off my brain, off of like who I am, my personality.
Like internal factors.
Rather than my looks. Like, oh, you posted a cute picture on Instagram. Like, thank you, but like,
yeah.
Oh, you're funny means more to me. Or like, oh, you're caring. Oh, you're kind.
Yeah. Because I feel like sometimes superficial comments like, oh my gosh, you look so pretty. Like, it's super nice in the moment. But then it's like, I feel like it doesn't always like showcase who you are as a person.
Yeah. I feel
like
whereas like stick with you as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
like the compliments that are like, oh, you look so pretty today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, are you saying I don't look pretty on other days?
Or like, I really like your outfit today.
Yeah.
Also, if like you never know, there's could always be something that happens to someone that could affect their looks, and it could happen over time if you look really normal, going like all growing up, and then something happens to you. It does like I feel like complimenting someone's personality and like being able to appreciate that like no, but like you're not gonna like your personality's not gonna change, like your looks can change.
Yeah. I think that's important to recognize with like, especially like being like teenage girls, like commenting on people's bodies, because you might think like, oh my gosh, like you look so much skinnier, but like you never know if maybe that person is like suffering like with severe depression or anxiety or like something's going on where they physically can't eat or like stomach food.
Or if it's like an eating disorder, and then like sometimes you can be like validating that eating disorder without even realizing it.
Yeah.
I'm like literally completely agree. Like the compliments that have like really stuck with me are like or like the people that say that I'm like a sister to them, like that's like such a huge one for me when it's like you're more than just like friends, you're like their family. I feel like that one's so like big for me.
I agree with that. No, I like that. I like that a lot. I met this one girl this summer when I was doing the summer program, and she lives in Canada, so I never really get to see her, and she's like a junior right now, and she like calls me her big sister.
Oh,
and like I miss her so much.
That's so
I know.
cute.
And I feel like she's my little sister, even though like we only really knew each other for like 2 weeks, but I love her. Shout out to you, Caitlin.
Aww. Lily, why do you think it's important to practice gratitude?
I think it's important to practice gratitude to realize, like, to think about the positives in life. Think about, like, the things that have affected you to who you are today, why you are, like, in the position you are today. Like, someone doesn't get to just be, like, the top of their medical field all by themselves. You have to have help. You have to have support. And being gracious for the people who have helped you get there and for the experiences you've had, I think it's definitely important to realize and just like practice gratitude.
Yes. I feel like it's good, like a way to just like reflect internally and just like really recognize what you're so lucky to have, and also knowing that like everything could change in an instant, and it has for some people, to just be really like grateful for what you have in that moment.
I feel like it keeps you grounded in the present.
Yes.
I think it's easy to get caught up in like looking to the future and being like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna go on vacation like in 6 months, like I just need to like make it through like the next couple months, but instead being like, oh my gosh, like I'm so happy I ate this amazing bowl of ramen today.
Yeah.
Or just little things like that, and appreciating what you like are currently experiencing.
Yes. Especially with like you and me being seniors and like getting ready to go to college. Like obviously I'm really looking forward to college, but it's also important to like recognize that like I am so lucky to have been in such a great high school where I had all of the opportunities that I did. And like, obviously it wasn't perfect every step of the way. Like, there are things that I would change about it, but it is really, like, it's a good place to be. And it made me, like, the person I am today.
I feel like I definitely need to take the advice that we just shared and apply it to myself right now, because I think especially with, like, just it being senior year and trying to balance, like, school and, like, college applications and just, like, everything at the same time, I think it's pretty hard to, like, be able to just, like, enjoy senior year. Like, I feel like I'm struggling with that.
I feel like that's something, like, every senior can relate to. That it's, like, you're so focused on, like, the next step that, like, you're not focusing on now.
Yeah. Okay, last question about gratitude. So, Lily, how do you... Oh, sorry, I totally worded that wrong. How do you spread gratitude in your family, school, and community? Or if you don't want to answer that to, like, just about yourself, like, how can we all spread gratitude?
I personally spread gratitude. I'm very thankful to my family. Every Sunday night, actually, I send out a family paragraph just explaining how, like, thankful I am to have them and thankful to my parents, how they got me to where I am.
What?
I'm reflecting on myself right now, and I'm like, this is my daughter.
Don't say that.
No.
We can't compare ourselves to Lily.
And I am always texting my friends. Just, I, like, feel like words mean so much to people. So showing, like, texting someone just to thank you for being who you are, I love you, or thank you for being my friend. Just, like, simple words like that, like, truly do help someone, and, like, being able to, like, tell other people that, and I know that will make someone else feel better. And I think other people could reach out to their loved ones, their friends, family, and just tell them, I love you, thank you for being who you are.
I feel like that's, like, I'm, like, looking at my photos right now because I take screenshots of texts when they're, like, really, like, I want to remember this one. I'm looking at one, it's like, you're, like, a sister to me, and then there's, you're my best friend in the whole world, and, like, those make me feel so good, and I feel like I need to, like, reciprocate that, and, like, people are being so kind to me. Like, I feel like I need to be, like, spread the kindness.
And I feel like this kind of, like, backtracks what we said earlier in a way with the compliments, but, like, not as much, like, spreading gratitude, but spreading joy. I feel like something that I really like to do is, like, to give people compliments. And I think that we said, like, don't necessarily give, like, superficial compliments, but I think when it's people you don't know super, super well, maybe it's just someone, like, you see in the halls, or, like, someone that's in your class just saying something like, oh my gosh, like, I love your shoes, or I love your outfit, or something like that. I think that when you're in a situation where you can't necessarily, like, make a super deep and, like, profound compliment, it's still super nice to give, like, just these little, like, pieces of joy.
If you notice someone and you're like, they have such good style, like,
I love complimenting people's style, because I wish I, like, had, like, a...
And I feel like that's still, like, sort of a personal thing. Yeah. Because you're, like, it's still recognizing that, like, you see what they're wearing every day and you, like, appreciate it every day. Yeah. You're like, wow, like, good for you. Like, I like that. Yeah. It's not just, like, just today.
I think all compliments matter, and all compliments can affect someone, being about your brain, being about your kindness, being about your personality, being about your outfits, being about, like, you get your hair done the next day, your hair looks really nice. I think I
complimented someone's hair today.
Exactly.
Because she dyed her hair, so I actually really love it. So,
like, and, like, it'll help people, and it'll, like, make them feel better. Like,
I think it depends on the context, because like, I feel like if, like, it's your best friend, and, like, the only thing you say is, like,
you look nice today.
You look nice today, or, like, your hair looks, like, good today, I guess, or something like that. I feel like that might not be the most, like, powerful thing you could say, but if it's someone that you don't know super well, or you're just not in a place where, I don't know, then just those small little compliments truly do make a difference. Yeah.
Let's take a moment to acknowledge St. Clair Health. We're deeply grateful for their generous sponsorship of the 4th season of Teens Tap In.
At St. Clair Health, we're always improving, building on our commitment to face the challenges of today, making an impact on the communities we serve so we can be stronger together by creating reliable resources that recognize all of our neighbors with access to the highest quality healthcare, advanced care close to home, and a shared humanity. that delivers on our joint vision to create a healthier community for all. St. Clair Health, expert care from people who care.
Okay, moving on to the holiday season. So, Lily, what are your favorite and least favorite parts of the holiday season?
My favorite parts of the holiday season are doing like fun activities with my friends. I love going to the city, ice skating. Definitely one of my least favorite parts is, well, it didn't used to be one of my least favorite parts, but traveling to see family has gotten to be hard just because of like so much like family like death and stuff like that happens as people get older. So and like seeing like my family members struggle, I think it's definitely like a hardship for me that happens like every December. So like definitely that's just like not my favorite part, but like used to like I still look at it and like appreciate that like I still get a little bit more time.
Yeah.
That's so like powerful, because I was gonna say that like my least favorite part is we have like my entire extended family over for the day after Christmas, and it's like 60 people in my house, and it's so
Stressful.
overwhelming and stressful, and like the prep work for it, and it makes my parents so stressed out. But like I like now I feel like I need to be grateful that I still have so many relatives that are here, like that they're here physically, and they're like willing to go out of their way to come see us and during like such a busy time.
I mean, I feel like your feelings are also like definitely valid. I think it's a combination of both, because there's so much like joy and gratitude that comes out of the holiday seasons, but genuinely like with that amount of people and that amount of things going on, it just gets super stressful.
It is.
So I think it's important to take time for yourself during the holidays too.
Lily, can you share a story of a time when someone brought you unexpected joy during the holiday season?
Let me think.
That's like a really tricky question.
I know, I'm thinking. There's definitely like times I've had like unexpected joy.
Maybe Kate or I can start.
Yeah, you guys start. I'll think about it.
Do you have any ideas off the top of your head?
I'll like go for like general. For me, like my love language is gift giving, which also means receiving gifts is really big for me. So like a surprise gift is like I will literally, it makes my entire like month. Like someone that like I didn't think was gonna get me something, but like, oh, I saw this and I thought of you. Like especially when it's like my friends, because like my family, it's like, well, obviously my sister's gonna get me presents, like that's supposed to happen. But like when it's like one of my friends from school, like that's so big for me. And also just like being invited to things, like that makes me so excited. Like if you're like a little holiday party, a little Friendsgiving, like I love it so much.
I feel like for me this is a little bit more of like a materialistic approach, but I think it was like 8th grade. It was either like, I think it was for the holidays. I honestly can't remember if it was for my birthday, but I think it was for the holidays. My parents surprised me with my MacBook, and like I this is like my child. Like it's like, and it was worth the investment for me because I'm using this like 24/7. But my mom like put it in like at least like 5 boxes. So she like wrapped each box. She like put it in like a box in a box in a box in a box in a box. And my parents like filmed me like opening it. And I think what was like so like what I loved about it most wasn't necessarily the MacBook, but just like all the thought that went into it. And also it was just a gift that like was actually going to be super useful to me in the future. And like this is like saved my like supported me through all of high school. So
yeah, it's like a well thought out gift.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, like this was on our list. This is like this is
I
something
didn't because I didn't ask
use
for it, and it was like I think they just knew. And then also I think just like the box and the box and the box, and then like seeing them so happy when I was like opening up the boxes and ripping off the wrapping paper.
Yeah, my sister does that. She has like a bag that's like 4 feet tall.
Oh my god!
And like whatever gift she got me that she thinks is like the best, she'll like put in there, and there'll be boxes and like all the tissue paper and like random stuff to like get to it. It's just like the effort, like really counts.
Yeah, I think it was the effort, just the thought that went into like just like the whole like boxes thing. I think was really cute for me.
I love gift giving. I love gift receiving. I love gift giving too, but like I love feeling like someone's giving me a gift and like it's personable. Like I love that. And like I think it was my freshman year, we had like a board night like with like the different like food boards, like a charcuterie board, like
Chick-fil-A board.
That was good actually. We did have one. And it was also like coincidentally like I think it was a week after my birthday. We were trying to do it in between like my birthday and like December and like between Christmas. And I just like wasn't expecting like a gift because like everyone was bringing a board. I thought that would be like enough. But one of my friends actually couldn't come because she got COVID, and her mom dropped off this whole big like basket with like all like things that like she thought reminded me of her and like reminded me of our friendship of like growing up together. And I think like definitely like just like receiving like to me like meaningful gifts to me like means so much. Like I saw this was your favorite candy. I remember you eating this on this time with like, and everything had like a little sticky note on it with like a story about this item.
Oh my god!
And like
handmade gifts,
handmade, store bought. It was like there was like candy in there, drinks in there, sweatshirt. It was like a sweatshirt. But like I still use everything like that. It's obviously not eaten, but like that's like obviously like that I was given in there. Like I think it was just like an amazing gift, and like I just think it made my like whole holiday season so amazing because it was so like personable.
I think we had a similar theme where it was like unexpected but like meaningful gifts.
Yeah.
It's like when you don't realize that like other people are paying attention to like things that you've never explicitly like said or like said like, oh, like this is my Christmas list, like, or Hanukkah list or whatever holiday list, and it's like, get this gift for me.
Yeah.
And it's like instead like, oh, it's like you've been paying attention and like you like are attentive and like you genuinely care about me as a person. Okay, so the next question is, do you believe that joy is something we can actively cultivate during the holidays? And if so, how?
I think the holidays is definitely, it can be joyous for some people, but obviously it can be also really hard for other people. So it depends on the person, what's happening in their life. Some people say like Christmas is their like worst season, like they hate it. Some people say it's their best season, they feel the most joy in the season. So I think like some people do like get all happy with like all the activities, the dress, like the parties, the gifts, the doing decorations, making cookies together. I think that brings a lot of people joy, but also there's people who don't feel like don't get to do those things, don't like love doing those things, and I feel like joy can be in so many different ways during the holiday season. So like I feel like it can be seen in many different ways and many different like ways to different people.
I feel like that's like such a well thought out, like mature answer. And I feel like there's just like the very, like I always try to like recognize that there's a lot of people who have seasonal depression, and winter can be really, really hard for a lot of people. So like there's the joys of the holidays, and there can also be like sometimes this time just sucks for some people.
Yeah.
So what are some ways that we can help bring joy to those who may be feeling lonely or left out during the holiday season?
I'm a big fan of inclusion. Include some. If you see someone eating lunch by themselves, go sit with them. Ask them to come sit with you.
Yes.
If you're doing a project in school, like, and there's like, obviously you can't choose who's in your classes, but like there's someone who doesn't have many friends in the class and like doesn't really know many people, you can always ask them to join your group. You could be creating a lifelong friend, but just by doing that, and you can create so much joy in their life having someone that like cares about them. Making a new friend does truly, like, it'll make your life better. Like meeting new peoples.
And I think like inviting people and not just saying like, oh, you can come if you want.
Yeah.
But being like, oh, we want you there. Like your presence is appreciated.
I think we want, and like you can, like I feel like we should switch that out like a lot more. Like, we want you to come. We want you to do this with us, instead of you can do this with us. You can come if you want.
Yeah.
I feel like that really shows that you're like grateful for them. I'm also like, I love like handwritten invitations. Like I got like a physical invitation to a birthday party, and I'm like, this is so exciting.
Fancy.
I know, and like
everyone just says Evite.
I know, and it wasn't even anything crazy. It was just like one of the ones where you just fill in and it's like, this is what time it is. I was like, I'm obsessed with this. I love it. Like, I think just really taking the time to like write it down even just like can really like just show how grateful you are for them.
To conclude, we want to express our gratitude to St. Clair Health, whose support makes this podcast possible. We invite you to listen to the following message from our sponsor.
At St. Clair Health, we're always improving, building on our commitment to face the challenges of today, making an impact on the communities we serve, so we can be stronger together. St. Clair Health, expert care from people who care.
Follow us on Instagram at outreach_teen for the latest updates on our events. Keep an eye out for an Outreach College Crew Trivia Night. We are so grateful to each and every one of you for tuning in and supporting our podcast. Lily, thank you so much for being here today to talk with us.
Thank you so much, Lily.
Happy holidays, everyone. Bye.
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 The views and opinions expressed in the Teens Tap In podcast represent the opinions of the hosts and their guests. The views and opinions expressed by Outreach Teen and Family Services employees, donors, and volunteers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the view of Outreach Teen and Family Services or the show's sponsors. The content here should not be taken as counseling advice. The content here is for informational purposes only, and because each person is unique, please consult your mental health provider or physician for any mental health counseling or other medical questions. The podcast should not be used in any legal capacity whatsoever, including, but not limited to, establishing a standard of care in a legal sense, or as a basis for expert witness testimony. No guarantee is given regarding the accuracy of any statements or opinions made on the podcast. If you find any error in any of the content of the podcast, please contact us at podcasts@outreachteen.org. Outreach Teen and Family Services, its sponsors, donors, and partners expressly disclaim any and all liability or responsibility for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, consequential, or other damages whatsoever arising out of any individual's use of, reference to, reliance on, or inability to use this podcast or the information presented in this podcast. Please go to www.outreachteen.org to see the complete notice and disclaimer for the podcast episodes.